Boom, another player has bit the dust. That is forward Yvonne Ejim, man. Now, she was drafted 33 overall.
Yeah, just being a sponge, soaking everything up that I can, learning from the people out there, the people that I'm playing with, and just making the time that I can on the court with them.
Breaking. The Fever just announced they've waived Yvonne Ejim, and I have the exclusive details on why this decision was made. This isn't just another random roster cut. It reveals exactly where the Fever are focusing their strategy for the upcoming season. After watching every minute of the three players battling for the final spots, Ejim, Brown, and Timson, there's a clear pattern emerging in who Coach Christie wants on her roster. The numbers don't lie, and when you see the side-by-side comparison I'm about to show you, you'll understand exactly why Ejim was the one to go. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. The Fever just made a huge decision, and it confirms everything I told you last week about who would make this team. Seriously, this waiver of Yvonne Ejim tells us exactly how Coach Christie is thinking about her roster construction. The pieces are falling into place exactly like I predicted. Let's look at what happened in that final preseason game. You had three players, Ejim, Brown, and Timson, literally fighting for their basketball lives out there.
That was going to be cut. That was Yvonne Ejim and Jaylen Brown. Those are my two predictions. One of them is already off the board. Credibility is everything, man.
You know, it's all a learning process. So just being willing to learn and also just working hard every single day and being consistent.
Every minute mattered. Every shot, every rebound, every defensive stop could mean the difference between making the team or getting cut. The pressure was insane, and you could see it on their faces. The minutes Coach Christie gave each player told us everything we needed to know. Ejim got 12 minutes of playing time. That's decent. Brown also got some good minutes on the court. But Timson? She barely saw the floor at all. You'd think that meant Timson was the one getting cut, right? That's what makes this so crazy. Ejim actually played pretty well in those 12 minutes. She put up 6 points and looked solid. Not amazing, not terrible, just solid. But here's where things get interesting. Despite Timson's limited playing time, she showed these incredible flashes of being exactly what Caitlin Clark needs down low. When Timson was on the floor, Clark had more space to operate. She could read, react, and dish the ball with so much more freedom. The numbers from training camp tell an even bigger story. Timson consistently showed better chemistry with the starters, despite getting less playing time throughout camp. The stats don't lie. When Timson was on the floor with Clark, the offense flowed differently.
It's not easy going from the best of the best in high school to 5, 6, 7 minutes a game.
Definitely not being able to be on the court was hard. It was kind of like, where do I go now?
We'll decide to pick her up, put her on a roster. But other than that, man, 28 minutes ago, the Indiana Fever stated we have waived forward Yvonne Ejim. Thank you, Yvonne.
It's like they had this natural connection that you just can't teach. Coach Christie's system isn't just about collecting talent. She needs specific skills from her bench players. She wants rim protection, quick decision-making, and the ability to run the floor with Clark. Those three things are non-negotiable in her system. When you look at it that way, Timson checks all those boxes way better than Ejim does. If you watch the film from Sunday's game, you can see exactly why Ejim ended up being the odd one out. Her skill set overlaps too much with players already locked into the roster. Why keep someone who does the same things as players you're already keeping? That's redundant. The Fever don't need duplicate skills. They need complementary pieces that fit together like a puzzle. Have you seen the team photos that just dropped? They're actually telling us everything about the Fever's strategy this season. Look at who they're positioning next to each other, who's getting featured prominently. The visual storytelling is right there in front of us. They're building something specific, not just throwing talented players together and hoping it works. So here's what actually happened. The Indiana Fever waived Yvonne Ejim because her skill duplication made her expendable. while Timson offers unique abilities that complement Clark's game.
I think just having that flexibility and fluidity on the court really helps me just, fit into any spot that I can and hopefully bring that advantage at any position.
As of right now, but Jaylen Brown is definitely still on the roster, still trying to prove herself. Who else we got on this list? Michaela Timson and Yvonne Ejim.
When Caitlin Clark is on the floor with Aaliyah Boston, they run this beautiful motion offense. But when Boston sits, that's when Timson really shines. She opens up the floor for Clark to do her thing. That's the exact kind of strategic thinking that championship teams make. The fans really respect Ejim though. After the announcement, the comments were pouring in. One fan wrote, "Go be great, the future is bright for you. Just know it, once a Fever girl, always a Fever girl." That's respect. That's love. But at the end of the day, this is a business, and the Fever are making cold, calculated decisions focused on that season opener. You know what's even more interesting about all this? Jaylen Brown is still on the roster. There's a connection there with Amber Cox from their time together in Dallas. Brown got her shot with the Fever, similar to what happened with Bree Hall, though that situation didn't work out for Hall. Brown is still there, still fighting to prove herself. The Fever are crafting something special here. They're not just collecting the best individual talents, they're finding the best fitting pieces. Think about it like this. Would you rather have a team of 5 amazing scorers?
That's when they running this motion offense stuff. When Aaliyah Boston is not on the floor, that opens the floor up for Kayla Clark to do her thing, to dish, read and react.
I would say, just keeping the spacing on the floor. If I don't know what I'm doing, just be in the right spacing so other people can, open up the things that we're looking for on offense.
Who all need the ball, or a balanced team where everyone's skills complement each other perfectly. That's the difference between a good team and a great team. When you look at how Timson's rim protection and floor running ability pairs with Clark's game, it just makes sense. Clark needs specific types of players around her to maximize her incredible talents. Timson provides that. Ejim, despite her solid play and those 6 points in limited minutes, just didn't offer the unique skills the Fever needed in that roster spot. This decision isn't just about today. It's about the Fever thinking long term. They're building this team methodically, piece by piece, with clear vision of how they want to play. And from where I'm sitting, that vision is looking better every day as they head toward the season opener.
Jaylen Brown is on the team a lot because of none other than Amber Cox. Amber Cox came from Dallas. From my understanding, she got a great relationship with her. She just decided to give her a shot.
It's been going great together so far. We've been pretty good. We got good energy on the court, and we encourage each other, and we play well together.
What the Fever's doing here is super smart. They're building a team that actually fits together instead of just grabbing random talent. They're making sure every player they keep brings something unique that helps Caitlin Clark shine. Ejim's not done though. Those 6 points she put up in just 12 minutes, that shows she can definitely hang at this level. Some other team is gonna snatch her up real quick. Now the spotlight turns to Jaylen Brown. Has she shown enough to stick around for that opener against Chicago? Or is she gonna be the next cut? The Fever still have more decisions to make before they face the Sky.